Are you a bad enough dude and dude robot to save the president? Well, I guess we're about to collectively find out. And off we go.
Glad you made it, sir. The presidential compound is on the other side of the city. Keep your head down. The turnoids are crawling all over the place.
Yeah, they're kind of known for doing that. Anyway, whoop. Yep, okay, that's just it saying that, basically, I think, yeah, all weapons and ammo are now at a discounted price. Good. That's very, very good. Unfortunately, the Galactic Rangers don't really see it too fit to constantly hand off new weapons for us for free, so we're gonna have to make do with what we've got for now. Well, that said, cowabunga! Get out of here! Whoop, whoop! Alright, that was very effective. And now, in addition, I will also... Shoo! And there you go on that front as well. Very nice. Alright, it's all about the right weapon at the right time for the right job. Alright, yes, that's to cycle through things real fast. If you can just tap the triangle button like this. Whoa, okay. That one almost got me. You've got some surprisingly good aim, considering I should have been completely obscured. That said... Alright, let's go ahead. Try and take care of business. Oh, okay, don't need any of that. Get out of my face. And peek your head out, thank you. Alright, anybody else want to try and give that a go? Alright, that guy certainly thought he was hard enough. Turns out he wasn't, but you know, I gotta give the guy points for trying. And that's all she wrote. Alright, now to just very casually explore the various nooks and crannies. Grab ourselves some extra money, a little bit of extra ammo here and there as well, if at all possible. Always appreciated. There you go. And sometimes there might be a little something extra if you know where to look. It's not always something super important and secretive like a titanium bolt or anything, but it never hurts to, just be a little bit more, experimental with how you go about things. Explore. Find things out on your own. You'd be amazed at what you might find. Anyway, farewell! And that guy exploded, and that sucks to be him. Let's see, anybody else? Whoop! Alright, we've got a dropship. Don't need any of that in our lives. Going to request a little less of that. Ow! Okay, that hurt a lot. Ouch, ouch. Well, that's what happens when you don't get your armor upgrades. Just try to do your absolute best to not get hit. Like I am consistently somehow able to find ways to do. Most unfortunate. Alright. Luckily, a lot of enemies kind of have this problem that when you hit them, they obviously recoil in the horror and pain of getting hit by something. So, you can usually get them into a bit of a feedback loop. It's pretty handy. Now, I believe it's somewhere around these here parts. Yep, that's definitely a titanium bolt. If I could just... yep, there you go. Just had to jump down. Go ahead and grab this, because, it's right freaking there. No reason not to. I want to get myself as many of them damn bolts as I possibly can. Hook tang. And by that I mean, get all of them eventually. Obviously. Okay, so looking around. Everything's fine and dandy. And up through the trees. There we go. That was a pretty good shot. Not bad. All right. And nice. We got all three at once. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Okay. I actually don't think I really elaborated entirely on the upgrading system for the weapons. Generally speaking, as they level up, they will get stronger, they'll be able to hold more ammo, and in certain rank ups, some interesting things can happen depending on what the weapon in question is. We'll get to that on a case-by-case basis. Nope. There you go. You certainly tried there, Mr. Robotman. I mean, well, you're not a Robotman. You're just in a mech suit. Whatever! My point still stands. Going to just attempt to blow up all... okay, ran out of ammo. It's probably in everyone's best interest if you try to pay a little bit more attention to how much ammo you've got. Don't be a fool like me. There we go. Just swatted that guy like a damn fly. Jeez. All right.
Nice shooting, sir. A second wave of Terranoids just landed. They're attacking the compound from the other side. We could sure use your help.
You got it.
Follow me to the dropship.
Alrighty. I will do just that. Huh, huh. Just spray and pray on this particular instance. You'd be amazed at how often something like that just works and it just works. It works out for you. Just, you know, be obviously mindful of what your enemies are capable of. As long as you know their attack strategies, you can usually bob and weave your way through such things. Granted, it's a whole lot easier when they're, you know, not so varied like that in exact instance. Regardless, drive the Tyrannoids out of the compound, then defend the area against a series of brutal attacks. Some worlds are going to have interesting little mission-like structures. I actually really kind of like it. It's like individual military operations. It's really cool.
Sarge, you're just in time. We must defend the presidential palace.
I am more than willing to do just that. And hopefully, just maybe, upgrade a weapon or two in the process of doing so. And good day. Yeah, I'm used to this thing being a little bit stronger. It's been a while since I've actually used these weapons in their weaker forms. That said, I will make do. Huh, and there you go. That's 3 in one swoop. Not bad. Whoa, hey, how's it going there, little guys? Gonna ask you to not with all that. And then we got dudes and flying saucers. Oy. And just like that, boom, V3!
Weapon upgrade features a lock-on mod. To lock onto enemies, press and hold L2 and R2.
Now, while that's a pretty useful function for this weapon in particular, you're gonna notice very quickly that the greater majority of weapons get lock-on mods on their V3 versions, regardless of whether or not that's something that would even be remotely helpful for it. Yeah, you'll see what I mean in due time. Anyway, could you all stop with that? Little gosh darn ankle biters. I swear. I swears! Huh. Working on it, working on it. Calm yourselves, calm yourselves. Alright, not the greatest strategy in the world. Just dropping them head first into a situation like this. Hey, there we go. That'll give us a little bit more oompa. Ever so slightly. Huh. And we also, whoa, slowly but surely,
Area secured. Nice work, ladies. Let's move out.
get ourselves more HP over time, which is always a boon. All right, the Rangers can't hold out much longer. They need backup now. Save as many Rangers as you can. Basically, if all 4 of them die, you're screwed, so don't let that happen.
It's all over. Incoming.
Huh. I got your backs. Don't worry none. Yeah, if all 4 Rangers die, then the mission is Kaputski's. So, don't let that happen. Alley-oop! Nothing but net on that one. Alright, who else? Who else? Who else? You gonna just drop more dudes? Go ahead and drop more dudes. We'll see what happens. Huh! Yep, not great results for you. Hey-o! There you go. And that's basically what happens when you have a grenade launcher. You kick a lot of ass. UFOs! Huh! Huh! I know you don't. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Plus, I'm fairly certain you could just be repaired, so it's not even that big a deal. Calm yourself. Everything's gonna be fine. Huh! Everything is gonna be hunkadorium. Hey, there we go. V3 is enough to take those things out with a charge shot. That's what I thought. I just remembered so vividly being able to take care of those things with just one charge shot. That would be why. The upgrades are not unsubstantial, let me tell you. Who's over there? A lone UFO-man? Get out of here with all that. Shoo! You missed me with all that mess. Uh-oh.
They're right on top of us.
All right, well, don't worry. Ta-da!
You saved our cans.
That was extraordinarily efficient and effective. All right, next up, we get to use a turret!
We need to take out those enemy dropships. The sauces are just icing on the cake.
Yep. Okay, so yeah,
Real.
look on your radar, pay close attention to any and all dropships, and you'll be able to get rid of reinforcements before they even get a chance to jump out of the ship. If you can destroy the saucers as well, well, that's, you know, obviously good because, you know, the Galactic Rangers aren't exactly super duper great at this, so if you can get rid of any enemies for them so that they don't have to fight, then, you know, you're obviously going to be helping them out a lot. My aim isn't exactly the best, but yay, whatever. I'm getting the job done. All right. Is there somebody over there? No, not quite, not quite. All right, just shoot him down. Hey, hello, how you doing? Shoot him down, shoot him down, shoot him down. Oh, Lord, a couple popped out. That's okay, that's okay. I got cleanup duty. Okay, both y'all need to not exist. Nobody needs any of that in their lives.
Sarge, don't give those puss buckets an edge.
I am doing my absolute best in that regard. Y'all can just chill yourself. Don't worry about it. Oh boy! Hey, got him. Oh, whoa! That's a lot. That's a lot of saucers. Get out of here!
Nice shooting, Sarge. We can take it from here.
I mean, can you though? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I necessarily believe you. Anyway, provide covering fire for the repair crew because the turret broke. Certainly not because of me. I'll tell you that much.
We need that turret back online.
I operated that turret masterfully, so what exactly caused it to blow up is anyone's guess. Can only assume that the Galactic Rangers had some issues. No, you stop that, you stop that. We ain't gonna have ourselves any of that today. Blow up any and all the foes as they arrive. Honestly, one of the most cathartic things in the world really just is blowing up enemies the second they pop out of a ship before they get a chance to do anything. It's pretty phenomenal. There we go. Took a little bit, but I got the 2-for-1 that I was looking for. All right, all y'alls get out of here with all that mess. The Shock Blaster is probably one of the things you're going to get max leveled up first, just because of, you know, how incredibly versatile it is, on top of the fact that, you know, you got it for free, so that's always helpful. I'm working on it, I'm working on it. You guys have almost got this all sorted. No worries. Boom! But as you might have noticed, there's a lot less opportunities for something like the plasma whip in situations like this. Unless something, like, really gets all up in your business, like a bunch of really small ones. And even then, it's more than most likely because you don't want to, you know, spend all of your ammo on enemies that you can take out with a melee.
Almost finished.
All right, well, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, wasn't expecting a freaking saucer to just zip, zop, zoobity bop its way right on through. Oh, hang on. Hey! All right, how I missed that one particular guy in a mech suit, I am actively uncertain, but guess it doesn't really matter. Whatever works at the end of the day. All right, all y'all stop that mess. All right. Uh-oh. All right, well, I ain't got no more ammo for that. That's going to be a bit of an issue.
Repairs are finished. Now we'll give those noids a taste of their own medicine.
All right. Hey, it all worked out. It worked out. All right, now use the bolt cranks to activate the automated turrets and end sequence. Gotta get that defense system up.
The noids have launched an all-out assault. We need those air defenses online yesterday.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre if I'm being entirely honest with you. These don't seem to have been here earlier, so that's odd. Anyway,
There to attach the wrench to the bolt crank.
don't mind me. Once we get these things all up and operational,
Those turrets can only target aircraft. You'll need to handle the ground troops yourself.
yeah, like basically what he said. This place will pretty much be completely safe from dropships, which means no new enemies will be popping in. Which is obviously delightful. Slowly but surely taking care of business. Huh, 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 ho, ho. Okay. The name of the game is to clear out enough real estate for you to be able to do this without getting shot in the middle of it. I assure you, sometimes it's a bit more challenging than it looks. Alright, obviously would like all of that to not be a thing. Alright, what are you gonna drop?
Turnoids are throwing everything they got at us.
Yep, they do that sometimes. Man, this thing's already almost at V4. What are you two doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here, you bunch of dorks. And here's hoping I can get this twisted. There we go. Nope, none of that. But alright, as you might notice, the dropships are definitely getting destroyed a whole lot faster now, which is just absolutely delightful. Not fast enough to destroy them before things fall out of them, but, you know, generally they explode before they get a chance to get away. That's not nothing. Oh, y'all stop with that mess. Alright. Activating another turret!
Keep it up, Sarge. We just need one more turret to stop the noise call.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Whoop! And suddenly that level 4. Ain't that swell? Now, if I remember correctly, this should... Yep. It has an electrical arc function on it now. So now when you shoot something with it, it shoots out little electrical tendrils at anything around it to do residual damage. So yeah, in case you were wondering if you could somehow make that stronger, you can. Yeah, there you go. You saw the electric trails.
Clank, you're even more impressive in person than you are on the holovid. And I must say, I've never seen a chauffeur fight like you do, son.
Oi.
Who says you can't find good help these days, right, Clank? Sasha's told me a lot about you. Don't get any ideas, kid. She is way out of your league. Sasha filled me in on the Quark situation. I'm told the man thinks he's a monkey.
Yeah.
He has lost his memory, sir.
Well, then you'll simply have to find it for him. We need our star player back in the game ASAP. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
My daughter tells me you're a man who's good with his hands, Ratchet.
Sir, I swear I never...
The city's laser shield went down during the attack. Now, we are defenseless without it. I sent out a repairman to fix it, but he disappeared. I need you to get that shield system back online.
Yes, sir. We're on it.
We can definitely make something happen with that. Trademark humor. Trademark humor. Alrighty, well, we definitely got ourselves through a nifty little onslaught situation, but now it's time for a little bit more of the technical side of things.
You'll need this refractor gadget to restore power to the city's defense grid. Those laser beams are red hot, so make sure you turn the refractor field on before you touch...
I cannot stress to you how important it is to remember that. You will burn your buns if and you don't do it properly. That said... You can aim it around and just, you know, and flash fry just about anybody around. So that's pretty handy-dandy, if I do say so. Alright. It's a bit of a shame that so much ammo is just gonna kind of go completely to waste, though. Oh, well. I pretty much am content with using this as a weapon, quite frankly. All you gotta do is aim it properly, and you can activate all manner of doodads. It's pretty handy, honestly. That said... There you go. Burn all your faces off. Whoop. There you go. And turn a few cranks here and or there. Quite frankly, I always found it incredibly serendipitous that Ratchet's main weapon was a wrench, and so many things in his universe require wrenches to operate. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, unfortunately, the beam strength here isn't strong enough to create a, you know, a death laser for you to bounce around. So you gotta be careful in that regard.
The refractor can reflect beam attacks at enemies. Just hold L1 to aim the reflected beams.
Yep, like so. So it's actually a pretty practical weapon, all things considered. As long as you're aware of the fact that your enemies, you know, use lasers, then you can plan that out and just kind of bounce them right back to them. It's nifty. That said, you do need to have a bit of forethought when it comes to the whole thing, and there's always, obviously, the option of just, you know, blowing them up. You know, it's not like Ratchet and Clank are want for weaponry, you know? They've got enough options as is. But still, I'm not going to get a lot of opportunities to use this thing like this, so I'm, you know, I'm going to go out of my way to try and do so. It's fun that way, don't you see? Alright, well, I'll tell you one thing. First thing we're gonna do when we get back to the ship is buy a new set of armor. My goodness, I'm already feeling the burn from not being able to get it. Hello. Alright, and burn your faces. Most unfortunate for all y'alls. Now this is just a bafflingly designed bridge. I've never understood it. Not only do you need a laser, like, you know, a red hot laser that will burn your skin off if you touch it. And you need that to activate the dang thing. But also it's weight sensitive? Like, I've never quite understood the practical applications for that.
Ratchet, there should be a spider symbol somewhere in that room. Use the beam to lead the spider drone over the symbol and then zap it with the laser.
Will do. Just gotta get rid of all the Tyrannoids first. Now head on over, little robot fellow. Come on. Come on. Follow the pretty light. And whoop. Ta-da! Alright, unfortunately for us, can't use the laser to get rid of all these little dudes. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Let's see, what if I just left them all to their own devices for a moment? And did this. There's the skill point I was looking for. If it weren't obvious, yeah, there's a skill point for killing enemies with this thing. Mostly because it's not exactly the easiest when, you know, you have to get into very specific spots and you gotta aim properly and all that business, when you could just be using this thing the whole time, but I digress, I digress. That's another one down for us. Ain't that swell? To a little bit of damage. I got myself chomped a little bit by a Tyrannoid, unfortunately. You darn near hate to see that mess, I'll tell you that much. Spinneroo, spinnera. Huh. And splitter! Alright, well, now that I don't really need to worry about that anymore, I can just use the plasma whip. It's essentially the same thing. Or you can let your enemies just kind of casually walk headfirst into things. Hey, how you doing over there, buddy? You doing okay? You seem to be having a bit of a time. You know what? You go ahead and do whatever it is you want, my guy. All right? I'm not gonna bother you much. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, do my tech job here. You know, I'm doing a little IT work, to say things mildly. So, you know, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Okie dokie. That guy will just remain stuck in the wall until someone is able to get him out of there. I suppose I could, but I don't have any way of getting him out of there without killing him. And, well, by and large, he's done nothing to suggest that I have to kill him. So I shan't. Plasma whip! Get out of here, you bunch of nerds. Oh, hey, I know that guy.
Hey, look, it's Al. Got the shields up yet?
Silence! I am concentrating.
What the? That's a Quark vid comic.
Excuse me. It is a historically accurate interactive graphic novel.
How can you use the city's defense network to play a video game?
Simple. I bypassed the security server with a 626 hex matrix adapter and reprogrammed the graphic subprocessor.
No, I mean, it's... Clank, you speak, nerd.
It appears you have a feedback loop in the induction coils of your DB3 signal processor.
Impossible! I ran a recursive checksum on the signal matrix. Hey, there is a feedback loop. I don't know what happened.
May we borrow this vid comic?
Treat it gently. It is a first edition.
Perhaps this will help restore Quark's memory.
Shield power restored.
Never really known a video game to be able to cure amnesia, but hey, I mean, I've definitely heard of stranger medical anomalies. It's worth a shot at least. To the dropship! Now, remember how I said that there was actually quite a bit of stuff that we aren't going to be able to get? I might as well just tell you right here and now. Yeah, so there's a titanium bolt on the ceiling, and I have absolutely no means of being able to get it as is at this exact moment. We're gonna have to come back for it. It's so very unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm gonna be a bit lax when it comes to collecting those things on occasion, just because I know that I'm gonna have to go back. So don't worry none about that. You can redo any of the missions that you want if you want some, you know, reduced bonus money, but it's an option. It's an option. You can also use it to help fuel, or rather, to gain EXP for your various weapons and the like. It's an option. But honestly, you're going to be fighting so many dudes over time, you're probably going to be fine as is. No major worries. Hello? Back to the Phoenix! We've got video games to play inside of our video games. Alrighty. We may have a little thing that could help out Quirk, but it's so easy to get completely sidetracked by various things. It's definitely in our best interest to go ahead and grab that new set of armor now-ish. I would absolutely hate to just go so long without getting it that the version after it comes out. That'd be real embarrassing. Anyway, 33% of all incoming damage is now blocked. Ain't that handy? It also turns off your skin, just for the record, but you can go back in and turn it back on if and you so choose. I feel like the old school Ratchet skin got its moment in the sun, so no major worries there. Alright, we have got a fairly decent chunk of stuff around here. Oh my goodness. Alright, tell you what, I'll buy the N60 Storm for now. And the suck cannon. There we go. Alright, well, I can go ahead and just kind of explain how these things work now while we're here. Oh, actually, now that I think about it. I probably should have used the, I probably should have used the legitimate, testing grounds before I did any of that. But that's okay, that's okay. We've got an alternative option. The suck cannon is actually a returning weapon from the first game. It's probably one of the single most iconic ones that there is. With it, you can suck up small enemies and objects, which in this game includes crates, which is very handy. And you can launch them back as awesome projectiles. It's pretty handy. And on top of that, we've got the N60 Storm, which is kind of the opposite of the Shock Blaster, in that it's got amazing rate of fire and unbelievable, it's like unbelievable ammo pool, all that good stuff, but you're not going to be doing as much damage. However, the rate of fire makes that so negligible that it doesn't even matter. Like, my goodness, this thing might honestly be a contender for basically the best weapon in the game. It is the textbook definition of boring but practical. Like, it's literally just nothing more than a pew-pew little missile, not missile, but a little gun. It just goes pew-pew-pew-pew. Shoot your bullets, a little machine gun. It's neat, it's handy, it's dandy, it's great. But at the same dang time, like, it's not the most visually stunning, to say the bare minimum. Also, fun fact, these test robots are using the Walloper and the Pyricitor from the first game, the flamethrower and electric punchy thing. Anyway, we could do more of these. I mean, why not, really? Yeah, let's go ahead and just get these out of the way. Let's switch over to... Actually, no. Let's switch over to the Plasma Whip. Because I like being able to do stuff like that on occasion. It's fun! Luckily, these crash test dummies aren't exactly the most powerful creatures in the universe. Don't gotta worry about that none. Whoa. Ow. Alright. I threw that one a little bit too early and it ended up bouncing off of them. Unfortunate. You're also going to pretty quickly realize that any weapon that requires you to get all up in an enemy's business is, well, it's going to cause a few issues unless you really know what you're doing. It's not hard to get into a situation where you're just going to get beat up a bunch with the Plasma Whip. But it's so just aggressively cool that you feel like you just got to try anyway, At least that's certainly how I feel by the end of it. I'm primarily using it here and now because, well, out of all the weapons we've gotten so far, it hasn't exactly had a lot of a chance to do a whole lot, unfortunately. But that's okay, that's okay. Get out of here, you bunch of baddies. Oh boy. You also just literally cannot argue with range like this. My goodness. Handy dandy. And, speed round. Destroy all the test dummies before the time runs out. Well, alright then. I don't mind doing that. Probably for the best if I switch over to a different weapon. Something ever so slightly more consistent. But yeah, you'll notice that in their V1 forms, the Plasma Whip is actually able to do more damage and take out these guys in one hit. But, you know, at the same time, you've got so much ammo and the rate of fire is so good with this weapon that, you know, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. We were able to take care of that without any issues at all. All right, the shocker? Yes, okay, we can only use this. Oh no, all I can use is my extraordinarily powerful shotgun. However will I ever manage? It's not like it has an arc attachment that electrifies anything that I don't even end up hitting. Oh wait, yes it does. Well, ain't that interesting. Hup. Bring it on. Goodbye. Woo! That was a lot of damage. Taking care of that. Woo! All right. Make it a little extra hard to get around. Hup. Blowing things up. It's kind of Ratchet & Clank's specialty, as you might have guessed. Okay. Ah, for some reason, that one did not want to die. Well, I mean, obviously, I could figure out why they wouldn't want to. That's not really the question. Anyway, what I meant is it just, for some reason, it didn't seem to be dying, even though it felt like it should. I wasn't really looking for a character analysis on the crash test robot. Huh. I can only assume said things. Actually, no, it kind of goes even further beyond that. We're in a VR situation right now, actually. Like, we're not in a real location. It's a VR simulation combat experiment thing. So that's interesting. So why design the enemies inside this place to be crash test robots? I guess maybe whoever designed it just enjoyed the aesthetic. I mean, I'm certainly not going to disparage that. Lord knows I've done bizarre things just because I think it looks neat. All right, get out of here with your flamethrowers. Silly old robots. And at the end of this, we just might end up actually having been able to upgrade this thing a little bit. That'd be absolutely swell, let me tell you. Come along now, come along now. Round 6 of 8. Yeah, I really do enjoy being able to toss this thing around. It's a lot of fun. At the end of the day, whether or not a weapon is practical or not isn't nearly as important as to whether or not it's a lot of fun to use. And you know what? The Plasma Whip absolutely passes that bar. Yo, there you go. The Plasma Whip is actually fairly interesting in that when it levels up, it doesn't get an upgrade screen like the other ones do. Mostly because, well, visually it doesn't change in any regard. You just get more ammo and damage output. So there's no actual, like, noticeable difference. Ah, okay. Slightly electrified myself, don't worry about that. With all the other weapons, they slowly gain small little parts and attachments and become brand new over time. The Plasma Whip is literally just its handle, and that's about it. Anyway. I still don't really get a lot of chances to use this thing, so might as well just keep using it while I can. Saves me effort on upgrading it later, at least. Huh. Because yes, that is going to be an objective. Max upgrading literally every single weapon in the game. I want to show you guys every single thing in this game, and that is one of those things. So, expect that in due time. Out of the way, various robots. And bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Whoop. Take care of that. Hup, hup. And say hup, hup. Okay, hang on. And good day. Feel pretty good about that, honestly. All right, and wrench beat down. Now all we can do is hit stuff with a wrench, which is literally the exact same thing as what we've been doing with the Plasma Whip, but with slightly worse range. Like, slightly? It's really not that big a deal. There you go. Plus, you can kind of finagle yourself into unique, areas to get the wrench to go in directions it wouldn't normally. Helps out with those rebound shots. Hup. But yeah, as you can see, the Plasma Whip is real good when it comes to range. This is, not quite as impressive. That being said, we can still get the job done. We still got this. Especially if they want to get all up in my business. I mean, that really does make it a whole lot easier. Ow! Alright, well, I don't even think I hit that one. I think that one blew itself up. Unfortunate. Nerves of titanium. Fight through the final VR battle and win a titanium bolt. Well, don't mind if I do. Alright, I will gladly get all up in that. Oh, just gonna hit things with my whippin' whip. There you go. I really can't stress enough just how much, like, if you might think you might not be able to hit something with this whip, just swing it and you'll honestly more often than not be pretty surprised. Like, dang, I don't know how that hit, but it did. You're gonna be feeling that just about every single time you swing this thing, I swear. Up. All right. Keep it going. Keep it going. I swear, I hear the Jetsons car, like, engine sound effects sometimes when I'm inside this place. Well, the hell with you and all you stand for, robot. Which, I guess, is testing things. So, I don't know, maybe not to hell with that, but regardless, I take umbrage of the fact that you hurt my feelings and also my body. Although, then again, once more, VR, so maybe it's like mental damage? You die in the game, you die for real? I don't know. Who knows? Certainly not I. There you go. Just a little bit more. Ta-da! I do enjoy how it consistently tries to make things more difficult for you by removing the center area when I basically never go into that area to begin with. It's certainly a strat. Not going to say that it isn't. I'm sure it's definitely, you know, caused some problems for some people at some point. But not I, and not today. That's slightly more annoying, but it's still a basic jump. Everybody everywhere gonna get whipped. Gonna get whipped so bad. There you go, just kind of get so close you fog up the glass. Hup, toe. Tup, tup, toe. I say tup, tup, toe. Toe, toe, tup. Alright. Just one more round. It's been a very fruitful time for the Plasma Whip. It's finally gotten a real chance to shine. It'll still show up every now and then, but, you know. Mid-range enemies like this is pretty much its entire bread and butter. I keep accidentally hurting my butt on that thing. My goodness. Anyway, give me that bolt! Just in case that ended up being the very first titanium bolt you ever got. I get the impression that the game thinks that it probably was. It wasn't because, you know, I knew about the ones beforehand, but still! Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, right. Trying to help with Quark's brain damage. Gotcha.